So I'm going to go ahead and double click on the transaction, and again that transaction is ZAP_entry. And in the transaction you'll notice the first three document types are document types that departments have already been able to enter using a few different transactions, either FB60 or FV60 for invoices, FB65 or FV65 for credit memos, or the ZAP_MISC_REIMB for miscellaneous reimbursement. And then you'll notice that we have four new document types here as well. I'm going to go ahead and go into the standard invoice, and then before we get started on showing you a couple of the highlights of this particular transaction, up at the top we have all the icons here, and that's going to replace the drop down menus that you may be used to from the transactions that this is replacing. So at the top of the screen we do have some icons here, and the drop down menus are still available. Those are probably the menu type or menu paths that you're used to. But we do have the icons here that you can use. Makes it a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient to find those menu options. On the left we have the document tree, and in the tree we get a couple of different types of information. We have part documents, and those are documents that have not yet been submitted into workflow. And then we have complete documents. Those are documents that are currently in workflow that have not yet been approved. So for the vendor number field, this needs to be a vendor number that starts with a number 1 or a number 3. If a vendor has a remit to address or a vendor number that starts with a 2, that would go in the payee field. After you've entered the vendor number in the vendor number field and you press enter, if the vendor does not have a number 2 vendor number, remit to vendor number, then that payee field will go away. I also want to highlight the amount field. Sometimes vendors will allow the university to take a particular discount for payment within a certain stated time frame. For purposes of the amount field, you want to ignore the discount and you want to just type in the full amount of the invoice. In the discount field is where you would type in the amount of the discount that you will be taking for paying within that particular amount of time. And you'll also notice on this page, moving down just a little bit, that's where you would enter your GL code, the amount, and then down here we have workflow notes, where you can make some workflow notes. And then before I get out of this transaction, I'm just going to point out one more thing, that some of the labels of the fields have been changed. For example, we have invoice number instead of reference.